Welcome to my channel. I know it sounds strange, but I stopped deep cleaning my house every weekend and somehow it's cleaner than ever. There was a time I spent hours every Saturday scrubbing floors, reorganizing drawers, and chasing mess from room to room. I thought I was being productive, but really I was stuck in a cycle. Truth is, I wasn't managing my home. I was micromanaging my exhaustion. What actually helped wasn't cleaning harder, it was building smaller habits that took the pressure off every single day. So today, I'm sharing 17 of the most realistic cleaning habits I use, ones you can start without blocking off your whole Sunday. I've tested these over years of messy mornings, toddler chaos, and 9 p.m. dish piles. They're not flashy, not perfect, but they work. And the first one I clean while my pasta simmers, and that alone changed how my whole kitchen feels. Start with clean while you wait. Don't waste the time you already have. Ever find yourself cooking and just leaving the kitchen a mess while you wait for stuff to simmer or boil? I used to do that all the time. I'd leave everything out thinking I'd clean later, but by the time dinner was ready, the kitchen felt like a war zone. What I started doing instead is cleaning while I cook. So while I'm waiting for something to cook, I'll wash the utensils I'm done with, wipe down the counters, and put away things I don't need anymore. It's usually just a minute or two, but it makes such a big difference. This habit works for other moments too, like when I'm making coffee in the morning. While my coffee brews, I'll quickly wipe down the counters, put away any dishes left from last night, and toss out the trash. These few minutes make my kitchen feel cleaner, and when I sit down with my coffee, I don't have to look around at a cluttered space. Now my kitchen is always tidy. I never have to deal with the dreaded post-cooking mess. It's simple and it helps me feel calm while cooking instead of stressed out. Curious about the habits of people who always keep their homes clean? Well, stay tuned. Tomorrow I'll be sharing exactly what these people do every day to keep their homes effortlessly clean. So make sure to come back and check it out. Next up. Once you start doing this, you'll realize it's so much easier to keep your kitchen clean without having to dedicate a whole day to it. But there's one more game changer: never leave a room empty-handed. Next, always take something with you. A simple habit that makes cleaning easier. Now that we've talked about cleaning while you're cooking, here's another quick habit I swear by. Every time I leave a room, I take something with me that needs to go back to its place. It's such an easy habit to build, and it stops clutter from building up around the house. For example, when I leave the kitchen, I might grab a dish that needs to go back to the dining room or a jacket that was left in the living room. It doesn't take long, and it stops things from piling up all over the house. This is one of those habits that makes a big difference over time. It helps you stay on top of things without feeling overwhelmed. It's so easy to do and makes a noticeable impact on how organized your home feels. Now here's another big one. Put it away the first time. One small rule that changes everything. This habit is key to avoiding clutter. We often put things down wherever we are thinking we'll come back to it later, but then that later never comes. Instead, I've made it a rule to always put things away right when I'm done with them. Whether it's my purse keys or even a book I'm reading, I make sure it goes back to its proper place immediately. By putting things away as soon as you're done with them, you avoid piles of random stuff building up. This small act keeps everything in its place, making your home feel organized and clean without a ton of effort. It's just about forming that habit of putting things away the first time. Next, let's talk about why everything needs a place to go. We've all experienced the chaos of random items piling up because they don't have a home. I used to leave things out, not because I needed them, but because I couldn't figure out where they should go. This led to clutter and a disorganized space. I learned that if something doesn't have a specific place, it's probably not worth keeping. Now I ask myself, where would I store this if I really needed it? If I can't find a spot, I let it go. For example, I used to hold on to extra kitchen gadgets that I never used, but once I realized they didn't have a proper place, it was easy to part with them. When everything has its place, keeping your space organized becomes second nature. You don't have to waste time trying to figure out where things go, and your home feels more controlled. Now let's simplify cleaning by using fewer products. At one point, I had a separate cleaning product for everything: kitchen counters, glass floors, bathrooms, and more. It was overwhelming just looking at all the bottles. So I decided to simplify. I switched to a multi-purpose cleaner, a simple mix of vinegar and water for most surfaces. For tougher messes, I use lemon vinegar and baking soda. This combination works wonders in my kitchen and bathroom. It's easy, effective, and cuts down on the clutter in my cleaning supplies. Using fewer products not only saves space, but also saves you money and time. Now cleaning feels easier, and I don't have to waste energy keeping track of a dozen different products. Let's move on to another time saver: investing in the right tools. Cleaning doesn't have to be a long, tedious process if you have the right tools. I used to spend hours sweeping and scrubbing, feeling like I never got anywhere. But with a few key purchases, everything changed. I invested in a robot vacuum. It's not perfect, but it saves me a lot of time on daily cleaning. I also switched to a spin mop with a microfiber head, no bending over to mop, and it gets the floors clean in no time. These tools have been game changers. Having the right tools makes cleaning much faster and less physically demanding. It's all about making the task easier so you can spend less time cleaning and more time living. Now that we've talked about organizing your space and simplifying your cleaning routine, let's move on to a habit that can keep your laundry under control: creating a laundry routine. Now let's talk about how to prevent laundry from piling up. Laundry is one of those tasks that can quickly overwhelm you if you don't stay on top of it. I used to let laundry pile up for days, only to face a mountain of clothes at the end of the week. But once I set a simple routine, it completely changed how I manage my laundry. I decided to create a laundry schedule that works for me. For example, I start the washing machine in the morning, dry the clothes in the afternoon, and fold them in the evening. By breaking it up into small steps throughout the day, I never let it pile up into a huge task. And I always fold clothes straight off the drying rack instead of letting them sit in a laundry basket for days. By setting up a routine, laundry becomes a quick and manageable task instead of a dreaded chore. It's also much less stressful when you do a little bit every day instead of tackling it all at once. Next, let's talk about why done is often better than perfect. A lot of us get caught up in trying to make everything perfect, especially when cleaning. I used to spend so much time trying to get every detail just right, but I learned that it's more important to just finish the task even if it's not perfect. I started following the mantra, "Done is better than perfect." For example, when making the bed, I time myself for 1 minute. It might not look flawless, but it's done, and that's all that matters. In the bathroom, I do a quick 5-minute cleaning routine each morning, just wiping down surfaces, and it keeps everything under control. Trying to make everything perfect can be exhausting and overwhelming. Instead, focusing on just getting things done helps reduce stress and keeps your home looking tidy without the pressure of perfection. Let's move on to one last tip: involve everyone in the house. If you have people living with you, getting them involved in cleaning doesn't just lighten your load, it helps everyone stay responsible for their shared space. I used to feel like I was doing everything on my own, but once I started having others pitch in, everything got easier. I started assigning simple tasks to everyone, like putting away their personal items, folding laundry, or even wiping down the kitchen counters after meals. We all take turns, and it has made a huge difference in how much we all contribute. It doesn't have to be a huge burden on any one person when everyone helps out. When all household members share the responsibility, cleaning feels less like a chore for one person and more like a team effort. Plus, it's a great way to ensure everyone feels responsible for maintaining a tidy home. Now that you know how to share the load with others, let's talk about another simple way to keep things fresh: keeping your floors clean with minimal effort. Next, let's talk about keeping your floors clean without spending hours on it. Floor cleaning doesn't have to be a big ordeal. I used to spend so much time sweeping, mopping, and scrubbing floors, but I've learned that small, consistent efforts go a long way. Instead of waiting for the floors to get really dirty, I've adopted a quick daily routine. I sweep or vacuum for a few minutes every morning and do a light mop with a microfiber spin mop. It's super quick and I don't have to spend hours at it. Plus, I add a bit of sea salt to the mop water for a fresh feel and to help clear out any negative energy in the space. By cleaning the floors regularly for just a few minutes, I don't let dirt or dust accumulate, and it keeps my home feeling fresh all the time. It's much easier than doing a big cleaning session later and saves me tons of time. Let's move on to another habit that can save you time and effort, cleaning up spills right away. How many times have you spilled something, then thought I'll clean it up later, only to forget about it and deal with a bigger mess later? I used to do that all the time, and it would leave me with tough stains and more work in the end. Now, whenever there's a spill, I clean it up immediately. Whether it's a drink on the kitchen counter or a bit of food dropped on the floor, I take care of it right away. I've also learned that a quick spray with a disinfectant before mopping makes it a lot easier to clean, especially when you're dealing with dried-up spills. Cleaning spills immediately saves time and energy in the long run. You prevent stains and tough spots, and it helps you keep everything clean with minimal effort. Plus, it's one less thing to stress about later. Next, let's talk about keeping your counters clear. I've realized that clutter often starts on the countertop. When the counter is messy, it's like an invitation for more mess. But once I started keeping my surfaces clean and clear, everything else seemed to fall into place. I made it a habit to never use my counters as a drop-off zone. Whether it's keys, mail, or dishes, I make sure to put things away as soon as I'm done with them. I also keep a few simple neutral containers on the counter for things like utensils and soap. That way it doesn't look empty, but it's still tidy. When your counters are clean, the whole room feels more organized and calm. It's easier to clean other parts of the house when the surfaces are free of clutter, and it makes a big difference in how your home looks and feels. Now that you know how to keep your counters clear and your floors clean with minimal effort, let's move on to another quick tip that can help you keep your bathroom fresh: a simple 5-minute bathroom routine. Next, let's talk about how to keep your bathroom fresh with just a 5-minute routine. The bathroom is one of those places that can quickly feel dirty if you leave it for too long. But I've found that a quick, consistent routine can make a big difference without taking much time. Instead of waiting for the bathroom to get messy, I do a quick 5-minute routine every morning. After brushing my teeth, I'll wipe down the sink, wipe off any water spots from the mirror, and clean the toilet with a quick spray. I don't try to make it perfect. I just do the basics, and it keeps everything looking fresh. This small routine keeps the bathroom from getting out of hand, and it only takes a few minutes. It's easy to do every day and helps prevent that overwhelming feeling when it's time for a bigger clean. It's simple and effective, and it keeps my bathroom feeling clean all the time. Let's move on to how you can keep your kitchen organized with easy systems. The kitchen is a high-traffic area, and it's easy for things to pile up. But I've found that setting up simple systems has helped me keep it organized with minimal effort. I started grouping similar items together and labeling storage bins for easy access. For example, I keep all my baking supplies in one bin, all my spices in another, and all the cleaning supplies in a drawer near the sink. Having a designated place for everything makes it so much easier to put things back where they belong. When everything has its place, you can quickly clean up after yourself and avoid clutter. It keeps your kitchen feeling organized and makes cooking more enjoyable when you know where everything is. Plus, it saves time when you don't have to search for things. Now that we've covered quick bathroom routines, focusing on getting things done and setting up kitchen systems, let's talk about one last habit that can make your home feel even fresher using essential oils to eliminate odors. Now let's talk about how to naturally freshen up your space without harsh chemicals. One of the simplest ways I've found to keep my home smelling fresh all the time is by using essential oils. Instead of relying on store-bought air fresheners, I've started incorporating natural oils into my daily cleaning routine. I use essential oils in a diffuser to keep my house smelling pleasant all day. My favorites are lavender, lemon, and eucalyptus. I also add a few drops of essential oil to my mop water for an extra fresh scent while cleaning the floors. Sometimes I even make my own room spray by mixing water with a few drops of essential oil in a spray bottle. Essential oils not only smell great, but they also have natural cleaning and disinfecting properties. Plus, they're a healthier, more eco-friendly alternative to chemical air fresheners. Using them has helped keep my home smelling fresh without the headache of toxic chemicals, and they add a calming atmosphere to any room. Start your morning with just 6 minutes, and your whole day will feel lighter. Mornings can set the tone for the rest of the day. I used to wake up, feel rushed, and let the clutter build throughout the day. But now I've adopted a quick 1-minute bed-making habit and 5 minutes of tidying up, and it makes a huge difference. The first thing I do when I wake up is make the bed. It takes less than a minute, but it gives me a sense of accomplishment right away. Then I spend 5 minutes tidying up the room, putting away clothes, straightening up any mess, and wiping down surfaces. That's it. In just 6 minutes, the room looks more organized and it feels calmer. This quick routine helps me start the day with a clear mind. It's such a small change, but it makes my whole day feel more organized and less stressful. And it's a reminder that after the work is done, you can finally relax. Don't crash on the couch until you've tidied up. This one's a game changer. I used to get home, throw everything aside, and plop onto the couch. But the moment I sat down, I'd get too comfortable and find it hard to get back up to clean. That's when I realized, if I don't clean first, I'll never want to do it later. Now before I crash on the couch or relax for the evening, I take 10 to 15 minutes to tidy up the house. I quickly clean the kitchen, put away anything left around the house, and make sure the living area is organized. It's amazing how much more relaxed I feel when I've already completed those small tasks. The key is to create a peaceful, organized environment before sitting down. If you sit down first, it's easy to lose momentum and let things pile up. By cleaning before resting, you end the day with a sense of accomplishment, and you wake up to a tidier home. Start with, keep a box for donations. If you don't need it, let it go. We all accumulate things we no longer need, but it's easy to just let them take up space. Instead of keeping things you don't use, create a habit of regularly donating. I keep a donation box in a corner of my closet or garage, and whenever I find something I haven't used in a while, I add it to the box. If I buy a new item, I make it a rule to donate one old item to keep the clutter down. This way, it's easier to keep my home organized, and I'm also doing something good by giving items a second life. Having a donation box encourages me to part with things I don't need and prevents unnecessary clutter from building up. It also makes it a habit to constantly evaluate what I truly need and love. Plus, it keeps the house from becoming overcrowded with things I don't use. Keep eating to the kitchen and dining area. Reducing mess one habit at a time. Here's a simple habit that makes a huge difference. I stopped eating on the couch or in the bedroom. I used to have snacks in the living room, and crumbs and spills would always be everywhere. It was hard to keep up with the mess. Now I only eat in the kitchen or at the dining table. By keeping all food-related activities in one place, I've noticed a significant decrease in crumbs, spills, and stray food wrappers scattered around the house. This keeps the areas where I relax and work much cleaner. This habit reduces the amount of cleaning I have to do and helps me keep my living spaces tidy. It's an easy rule to follow, and it makes tidying up after meals so much easier. Plus, it gives me a designated space to enjoy my meals without worrying about cleaning up later. Ever find yourself feeling so overwhelmed by the thought of cleaning that you don't even know where to begin? I've been there. When you think about everything you need to do, it feels like too much and your brain just freezes. Instead of getting stuck thinking about it, I started forcing myself to just get up and do it for 2 minutes. That's all it took to get the ball rolling. It could be tidying up the living room or wiping down the kitchen counter. Just start with something small. The moment you begin, momentum kicks in, and the next thing you know, you're cleaning for longer than you expected. You can also set a 5-minute action frame, whether it's first thing in the morning or after a meal. When I set that 5-minute window, I can clean something simple like wiping down the bathroom sink, and it's easy to keep going because I've already started. It's about getting the ball rolling even when you feel tired or don't want to. What I've learned is that once I get started, the rest is easy. It's no longer about dedicating hours to cleaning. It's about those small, actionable moments that break up the overwhelm and keep things moving. By adopting these simple, practical habits, you'll notice a huge difference in how your home feels. It's not about perfection. It's about creating a routine that fits into your life and keeps your space clean with minimal effort. Start with small changes like tidying up while you cook, keeping a donation box handy, and focusing on cleaning in short bursts. These habits are easy to implement and make maintaining a tidy home feel effortless. As you integrate them into your routine, you'll feel more in control, less overwhelmed, and have a space that's always fresh and inviting. Remember, a clutter-free home doesn't happen overnight, but with consistency and the right habits, you'll create a home that feels calm, organized, and easy to manage. Want to know what else people who keep their homes organized do every day? Well, stay tuned. Tomorrow, I'll be sharing more about the habits of those who make tidying up look easy. If you found these tips helpful, make sure to hit that follow button so you don't miss tomorrow's video. Drop a comment below with your favorite habit or one you plan to try out, and let's keep the conversation going.